In this video, we're going to talk about the mixer in Ableton Live. The mixer has universal control over certain parameters in both session and arrangement view. It's worth noting that any changes made in session view will also happen in arrangement view and vice versa with the mixer. In session view, the mixer is located along the bottom of the screen, and in arrangement view along the right hand side. We can show and hide the mixer using the M icon in the bottom right of the screen, or by using the keyboard shortcut. The Show Hide Mixer button works independently in session and arrangement view, so we can have it showing in session view and we can have it hidden in arrangement view to conserve space on the timeline if we want. Now let's have a closer look at the parameters on the mixer. As you can see on our meters, we have the light green level, which shows RMS values or root mean squared. This is an average level, whereas the dark green shows us the peak level. We also have a numerical display for the peak value. Next we have our volume fader. This can be reset to default or unity by right-clicking and selecting Return to Default. We can also use the command function to move the fader in smaller increments for finer adjustments. Notice that the metering is logarithmic and not linear. Next we have the pan control. This pan potentiometer defines if we hear the left audio channel or the right audio channel, or a mixture of both. We can reset the pan pot by clicking the little orange triangle button. We can also mute and unmute tracks by pressing the yellow track number button underneath the pan pot. We've also got solo buttons. If we solo another track, this will unsolo the first one. Unless we hold command, then we can solo multiple tracks. We can also press the red record arm button for any given track. This prepares the track for recording, and we can also record our multiple tracks by holding down the command function. We can use the shift function to select multiple tracks, so we can simultaneously adjust parameters, such as mute, pan, solo, volume, and sends. We can also resize the metering section by click dragging with the mouse. This is especially useful when we're mixing. Notice how when we enlarge the meters, a second numerical display appears, allowing us to type in exact meter values. Many producers set their faders to -6 or -12 decibels. Then these can be set as the default preset for that track. This helps with mixing and avoids clipping because it allows plenty of headroom. It's important to keep the levels below 0 decibels full scale, or out of the red. This is most important on the master to avoid digital distortion and clipping, which will ruin your track. Also remember, when input monitoring, to make sure the signal going into live is strong enough but not clipping. We need to adjust this input volume before it gets into live, as using live's output faders will have no effect on the clipping of the input volume. In the next video, we're going to take a look at Ableton Live's devices.